All right, what's your name?
My name is Paul Jones. I've been cutting hair for about, I say, roughly 30 years. I work at several barbershops in the area. I've been at almost every facet of hair show. I cut on a lot of stages. I use a lot of products and work for a lot of product companies.
Okay.
Um,
So I mean, let's dig into your backstory. Have you ever done anything else other than doing what you're doing right now?
well, of course, everybody has. I worked at a pawn shop for a lot of years. I did IT work for a lot of companies. I did that for a lot of years. All while I was doing hair, of course. Um, I was a security guard. I did bouncer work. I drove trucks for a while. I did deliveries. I worked in food. I worked at a couple companies with food. You know, yeah, it was a lot of stuff. But
Okay.
hair always was the main thing.
Okay. So when you started doing what you're doing now, being a barber, what was your goals and your desires when you started? What did you want to accomplish?
All right, so when I got into hair, it was actually force fed to me. My mother was a senior cosmetologist, and she always was at shows, and she took me with her, and she did a lot of hair at the house, and then eventually she got a salon. But I used to sit on the sink with her while she used to do her hair, and I used to look, and I used to learn. I should have learned more, because now we're in the field where I could do both. But you know, sitting in the shop all day, you get tired. And, you know, she told me do this, you know, fold towels at first, and you fold towels. And then she said, well, once you try washing somebody's hair, you try washing somebody's hair, then you base the scalp here and there. And then next thing you know, now you're doing hair. And she teaches you everything she know about hair. And at the time, you know, I wasn't trying to do hair. I didn't think that was a cool job, but I was in it for so long. But I experimented with different clients, and you know, came out horrible. A lot of mistakes. One of my first clients was an Oriental gentleman that worked across the street from my mother's shop, and I said it like this: he wanted a fade, but he walked out with a regular haircut, real low. But mistakes happen, growth happen, and eventually, you know, become a greater barber.
Okay. So along your journey, what were some of your internal struggles, like things you had to deal with within your own self?
Um, Motivation, staying motivated in the field, to keep growing, to keep building, to get up every morning. You know, because definitely when you have children, kids ain't trying to hear that you don't got no money for them not to eat. And then your job ain't providing it. You know, when you work every day in a barbershop, you get paid by the client to come in. So if you don't have no clients, you don't have no money. No matter how many hours you put in. That's one of the struggles of being an entrepreneur. You got your own schedule, but you also got to find the people to sustain it.
All right. What's some external struggles?
Uh,
Things outside of your control that's hard to deal with in the industry.
Man, one, you know, transportation. If you don't have a car, you know, you got to get places by a certain time. You got to get on the bus. You got to plan your schedule out. If you have children, you got to find daycares, providers that your kids don't sit at your job all day and get on your nerve and ask you for stuff that you can't afford because you try to make money to pay bills. External, man, there's a whole bunch of those.
List them. We need all of them. We need all of
You
them.
got, when you do get a car, eventually you work yourself, you got to pay for it. That's a struggle. Gas in it, that's another struggle. And you got to, basically what I did is, I made sure everything that I added to what I needed to survive, I could afford it with my job. Which for me being an entrepreneur, or being an entrepreneur and have a job.
Yeah, people
A lot
doing
of people,
that.
yeah, you gotta have multiple things you could do. Maybe with one job, you gotta have promotion. And you notice when you get into working, you learn that you do multiple jobs. But now you gotta make your own website and draw people that way. You gotta be your own customer service rep to get people to come to you. You gotta figure out ways to make your clients refer new people to you. There's a lot of little internal jobs, and you'll learn that you'll end up being great at something totally different than you used to be. Like the new age is now is Instagram, Facebook, social media. At one point, it was just word of mouth. So you had to make sure all your clients walked out with the perfect haircut. So when somebody see it, they say, "Oh man, I went to so and so," and they ask for your number from them.
It's like a referral system.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you got Instagram. Anybody can put one picture up that ain't even good, and everybody see it, and you get 1,000 clients. Photoshop the pictures. Can't Photoshop real life.
Yeah, I just seen something what a model was talking about, just stylists in the industry, and I know it's so many stylists in the industry that don't even know how to do hair.
It's terrible.
It's crazy.
So now that the new, and I'm gonna give them a baby shout out. I'm not gonna do a lot shout out, but this right here is a good thing and a bad thing, because this makes people who can't cut hair make a line and it'll last a day, and then when they go home and wash it and they wonder why they ain't got no shape up, it's because they filled with all this magical mystery fiber.
Dust.
Pixie dust. Make you look like you're the greatest barber on all your pictures. And they don't show what happens after that. Being a great barber, in my aspect of it, is knowing how to cut all textures of hair, knowing how to make it last. So you can get a week out of a haircut, 2 weeks out of a haircut, not a day.
Right.
You know, when you paying $50 and your haircut lasts a day, that's a problem. But if you pay $50, your haircut lasts 2 weeks, you know, you feel like you got something out of it. So
Okay.
that's, you know, some of the struggles that you deal with. Definitely, when you start dealing with hair and people, you know, you got to please the people that's in your chair, and you got to please the people that's online, and then you got to give them the ultimate fake haircut so they can come back and refer you to new people, and not compare you to these people who are not even on your level.
Okay, so what problems did you face and overcome to reach your goal and your desire to, in your current career, what you doing right now?
So, like I always say, people are very hard to deal with. People that you know, people that you cut, haters. People hate when you do one thing better than them. Instead of asking you, I always felt as though it should be a system where if you don't know something, you can ask somebody and they'll mentor you until you get to where you need to be at. You know, you don't have to hate nobody because they do something greater than you. You can ask them how they did it, and I'm pretty sure they'd be more than welcome to teach you. If not them, somebody else. That's one thing about being older. You got so much knowledge in your head that you want to share. So you got to share with somebody, so it's great to have a mentor.
And you offer mentorship?
Of course. I got a lot of knowledge in my head. A lot of stuff that I know, a lot of stuff that I've been through. I've been at a lot of these shows, dealing with certain people. You know, winning a lot of competitions. People definitely need to learn about competitions in the hair field, because it's not just about doing the best work and putting it out there. It's about what people perceive everything around it. Your clothes, the music that you play, how tall the person is, how their cheekbones hit, how their eyes work, how the haircut fit their structure of their face. All that actually counts when you're doing shows. You know, models. You want models, people who are very attractive to the eye, that brings people to pay attention to their features and, you know, fix all the blemishes in them and make them look perfect.
All part of the industry.
Yeah, man, the industry is beauty. You know, my particular industry is
beauty industry, yeah.
Right. So, you know, everybody that I have to associate myself with, and myself, that's another struggle. I hate dressing up.
Me too.
I hate, you know, putting on that monkey suit. I hate cutting my hair all day long. But that's a part of the industry. So when I go out, I try to play the part of the beautiful people that I want to come in my chair and get cut. They can look at me and say, "Oh, you definitely do something slick," and that will get you clients looking the part. You know, you don't want to be a lawyer and, you know, you come in there with an old wrinkled, dirty suit, smelling like old coffee and spilt on you and wonder why you ain't got no clients. So, you know, it's a difficult field to definitely get into and, you know, master. But I did a lot in this field that I'm very proud of. I've been with a lot of companies. I work with exotics. I work with major leagues. I've been to pretty much every Barber Brothers show. I know all the Barber Brothers. Majority of the ones that give the shows, I met them. I've sat in the room with them. They have gave me awards. I won competitions, like I said, all over. I have been attendant or even platformed at pretty much every facet of barbering or hair. I work with several companies. I'm just trying to think of everything, all my accolades. I didn't write them down.
That's cool. I just want to know, like, along your journey, did you ever hit a wall where you had to come up with a different plan to make your next move?
Well, one thing I've been fortunate with is every time that I hit a wall, another door is opened up for me.
So it's not a wall, it's a door.
More like a hard door, because you can definitely hit it. And then when you hit the door, and you say, oh, I need to open it, you got to figure out which way you need to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when the door swing open, eventually you get it open, you find out that there's so much more that you can provide with just one job. And like I said, in my particular field is the barbering industry, so one thing people don't pay attention to is in movies, people need haircuts.
Yep.
So, I mean, you got to put the haircut that fit the scene. If it's an 80s scene, you got to find a haircut that fits for that scene. If it's a 70s scene, or if it's something crazy like a person playing an animal or creature, you got to figure out how to make the haircut work for that scene. And that was one of the options that I was given. I was so cool with a lot of people, so they started recommending me to the film industry. And as you know, in Baltimore, that's where I'm from, it's a hard place to get a job in the film industry because we don't have that many films here. And the ones that we do have, the people who got it normally stay with it. So I had to travel. I went to California. I worked for Paramount Films for a while. And I have been in Atlanta. And I worked with Paramount in Atlanta. I worked with Georgia Film School in Atlanta. Several companies. I did a movie in D.C. I forgot what company that was. I just did the TV show that just came out. Boomerang. I did a lot of short films. And, you know, you just gotta know how to market yourself, and when you hit that door, you gotta know how to open it.
So after, you know, going through all this, did you experience any conflicts along the way with these things? What were some of the things you had to deal with?
Yeah, because they do stuff like this. Say I got a whole day of clients. They call you up last minute and say, I need you on set. You know, you got to leave right now and be on set. And as you know, I'm traveling. There's no set in Baltimore. The closest set I've ever been to was D.C. And if you know, Baltimore to D.C., that's about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half in traffic. Mm-hmm. And you got to leave your clients and hurry up and run. That's a task. But it's all part of the game. You got to know how to communicate with your clients and let them know, you know, you're trying to better yourself. You know, better them by your experience level. You know, you want your clients to brag on you and say, "Oh man, my barber, he cut on movies. He just did that movie, da da da." So, you know, I just always say, you know, stay focused on what you need to do for you, and you know, help people along the way, and everything will happen beautiful for you.
So what's I mean, you mentioned some of them, but if you got any more, what achievements have you had in your career?
Like I said, I won several barber competitions. I got an award from Barber Brothers, I think about 3 years ago. I did TD Jakes, what is that called? A Mega Fest. I cut hair there. I met a lot of people.
You cut some other celebrities?
Yeah, I cut a lot of celebrities along the ways. Trying to think of somebody that cut. A lot of football players, a lot of basketball players. Of course, church members. Being from Baltimore, Jamal Bryant, I definitely cut him a couple times. I don't want to say too many names. Film stars. I did a lot of, being on set, you cut a lot of film stars. TV, I would like to do more. Like I said, I'm not in the best place for it, so you gotta learn how to travel. Being an entrepreneur is definitely learning where you need to be at and going there and getting everything you need out of it.
It's a constant learning experience.
Always learning. I mean, I'm learning right now, just cutting somebody's hair right now. You know, I'm learning his pattern, his grain, how he wants his hair cut to achieve. Phone ringing, and all that.
A message has been received.
So from your previous years and now, what transformations have you experienced?
Growth. Growth is always a big thing. Oh, hold on one second. You at the door? All right, I'm going to walk out there now. What was that?
Just talking about the transformation you experienced from the beginning of your career to now.
Oh, okay.
Growth and learning.
Growth, yeah. All right, so I'm sorry. Let me know that.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Just learning different things, growing, dealing with people, dealing with tempers, attitudes, and remaining professional. You know, you always got this thing inside you that want to cuss everybody out, and you can't, because you got to think about it's one person that feeds your family. You got different temperaments that, you know, employees that work around you, or different people who entrepreneur with you. You just got a whole bunch of different things that affects you during your day. You know, being a lot of shops, I dealt with a lot of different type of people, emotions. And for you to become successful, you gotta learn how to deal with all of them.
And what do you love the most about entrepreneurship?
Well, like I said, you plan your day. If you want to leave, you can leave. If you want to get there early, you can get there early. If you want to make $1,000 in one day, you got to, you know, give it all you got that day and make sure your clients keep coming in. You're basically in control of your own destiny. You know, that's the positive. The negative about that is you have to stay motivated. You always got to keep growing. You always got to keep coming up with the newest and latest thing to make sure your brand is good. You know, building a brand is everything. You want everybody to follow your brand and go from there. And, you know, they follow you and you help develop their brand. You know, y'all team up together and y'all got a brand together. So it's just growing and growing and growing. So you start off as a seed and then you end up as a plant.
So you believe in having a team?
Always. Team is everything. Because the team is going to hit different targets that you can't. Being an individual will make you work twice as hard. Is that a word? Harder to work?
It don't matter. So what advice do you have to new entrepreneurs that's trying to do what you do?
Stay focused. Make a lot of mistakes. Get a mentor. Learn. Build. Read. I'm going to say read. I'm going to say read. There's a lot of reading. There's a lot of understanding. And a lot of mentorship that you need. You need to be under people who will help you grow. And surround yourself with like-minded people. Because negative people will bring you down. Like-minded people will bring you up. So that's all part of the game. Brand yourself. Definitely branding yourself. Branding yourself is a big thing. Knowing your market that you're in. Knowing the people that come to your market, that are attracted to your market.
When you say brand yourself, what do you mean by that?
Branding yourself, like, you know, on social media, you know, I always call myself Paul Jones. But I got a logo with me cutting hair so people know what I do. So, you know, they can follow my brand. And then, you know, people who like my haircuts, you know, they follow my brand. They say, you know, Paul Jones cut my hair. Or, you know, they might retag something that I have. And you get different people to follow your brand that way. Brand building Brand building is something that's starting your entrepreneurship off, knowing that what are you selling to people? You know, what people want to come to Paul Jones to get a haircut? Why do people want to go to Serena for this interview? You know, why do people want to go to my man Manny for a CD? Building your brand, you know. There's always different things that you can do to build your brand, and you want your brand to be the best. So when somebody see it, they instantly know what you do and instantly want to be a part of it.
Any final words? Any more advice that you can give, or any final things you want to say?
Yes, a whole bunch of stuff I can give. But I say it like this, man. In the job that you work at every day, if you love it, you know what I mean, that's a good job for you. You know, if you love it. But if you feel like you're at work, you're not going to love your job, that means it's just not where you're supposed to be at. When you work every day and you feel like this is what I need to be doing, this is how I feel, that's where you need to be at. That's how you feel. I always say, if you feel like you're at work, then you ain't at the job that you want to be at. You're in your career level. I love being here working, even though I'm tired of on the work right now, doing 100 things. But I love cutting hair, I love creating. So when I come to work, it's not like I'm working, I'm just hanging out with friends and making artwork.
All right, thank you.